Kia ora guys, it's George, it's Shredded Every Day, and now you guys are starting to realise the importance of protein and the intake and the macros you need to reach your goals. If you don't know them yet, go back and check the videos on calories, on macros, on everything about protein. There's a real specific video just about protein, and then come back and check out this video, because now you're realising that you still need to get most of your protein intake from meat and fish and dairy and eggs, but you can supplement, top it up with protein powder. And there's thousands of supplements out there, and loads of them are protein powder. It's the biggest one of the lot, protein powder. Everyone knows it's good, but which one should I go for? Which company should I get? Which type of protein powder should I get? We're going to go through the science, the facts, all the different types of protein in this real quick video, and then you can use practical techniques that I'm going to give you to pick the protein powder that's perfect for you. Main one everyone knows about is whey protein powder. Now when we process milk or cheese, we separate it to get curds and whey. With that whey, we take out the fat, we take out the lactose, and we get what's called protein whey concentrate, which is about 30 to 80% protein by weight. If we take out more fat and more lactose, we get a really pure form of whey, which is called protein isolate, and that's like 90% protein by weight. Some protein powders have pure whey protein isolate, some have just concentrate, some have a blend of isolate and concentrate. Some have this thing called cross-flow micro ultra filtered whey protein, and that's basically the process they're talking about, is removing the fat and the lactose. So that's just a fancy word of how they're separating it all out. There's also hydrolyzed or hydroslate protein. Optimum do that version. It's very, very expensive. Basically, it's just pre-digested protein. So unless you have some kind of immune problem, it's really not that worth it. And it's got a pretty bitter taste, unless they just stuff it with loads of sweetener. Protein whey is really good for cooking with. You can put it in your oats, you can put it in pancakes, you can do loads of different things with it, and there's loads of recipes out there. I'll try and do a few recipes. Other than in the meantime, just check out YouTube. There's loads of different flavors. It's pretty cheap. The taste varies. There's different chocolates and strawberries and loads of different ones out there, and it's really good for post-workout. So whey is the main option. The next option you can choose for is casein protein powder. This is basically the curds out of the curds and whey. It's a slower digesting protein. It is a bit more expensive, but it's really good if you want things like thick shakes, puddings, desserts. It's great for baking. So if you want that, then go for it. Everyone talks about the slower digesting and all this nighttime protein. It's just rubbish, really. Whey protein itself is pretty slow digesting, really, anyway. So the only reason I get this is for its thickness in the cooking. There's loads of other options though out there. There's milk protein, which is basically a less processed and cheaper version. It's about 80% casein and 20% whey. It's got the benefits of having whey and casein together, because there are benefits of getting both of those worlds. Basically, it's just dehydrated milk. And so if you're looking for a really cheap version of protein powder, that's an option. Although, you know, it's not that great. You could just have a soy protein powder. They love marketing this to women. It does also come in concentrate and isolate forms. And they have this myth that it basically reduces your testosterone and increases your estrogen. That's rubbish. But, you know, it's purely just preference. So if you're a soy person, then go for soy. You can get hemp protein, which is from hemp seeds. It's not really a lean protein source because it's got loads and loads of fiber in it and some fat. It's got omega-3s and 6s, which may have some benefits. But if you're taking fish oil, you really don't need that. It's very, very thick because of all that fiber. It's not the best tasting, and it's really not that worth it. You can get rice or rice pea protein in a 50-50% blend. It's the vegan whey that's out there. It's cheap, it's non-allergenic, and it's good for those people who are lactose intolerant. You can also get egg protein powder, which is basically powdered egg whites. There's no lactose, it's dairy free. There's this myth that it has bioavailability better than whey, but actually whey is got more bioavailability, so don't worry about that. It's not the best tasting, and it's not the best to mix in your shake. Finally, some people are going for beef protein powder. It's coming back in. For some reason it's getting popular. It's overrated. It is expensive. It tastes pretty crap. And they basically take all the good stuff like creatine and all that good stuff out of meat, and the nutrition is pretty much gone. So if you want beef protein powder, just eat beef. So which one do I recommend? Well, unless you have some kind of health allergy, an intolerance or something like that, or immune problem, you're good to go with some kind of whey protein powder. You can get the isolate, the pure isolate, if you're lactose intolerant, but it is expensive and the benefits really aren't that worth it in terms of cost. Otherwise, you can get just a mix of isolate and concentrate, or you can just get concentrate. It's really not that much of a difference. When you have a look at the label, have a look at the grams of protein per serving. Take the number of grams of protein, times it by 4 to get the calories worth of protein, because remember there's 4 calories in every gram of protein, and then divide that by the total number of calories in that serving, and you'll get a percentage of how much protein is in each serving. You're looking for around 70 to 80% minimum. Other things to have a look at the ingredients list. Have a look at the flavors. Are they using natural or artificial flavors? That's only really your preference. Some companies will put in digestive enzymes, which may have some benefits, but really not necessary. Some companies will put in BCAAs and glutamine. Glutamine's really not that necessary. BCAAs are not hugely necessary unless you're requiring to supplement with that, like that whole thing I was talking about with pre-workout. And some or even put in carbohydrates and fats, and now you're not really a protein powder. Now it's more of a real meal replacement drink. They're really good for the people who need to put on weight, like the ectomorphs, the hard gainers, the lean people who struggle to put on weight. You could try that, but if you're going to do that, just get it from proper food, because proper carbs and proper fat is going to be much better to have than just some powdered drink. Watch out for the tricks that some companies do though. Sometimes they put this thing called protein blend or protein matrix or proprietary blend, and they basically then list the isolate, the concentrate, the hydrolyzed stuff all in the list, but they're not really telling you how much of each is in this blend. You know, they could have less than 1 gram of this cool isolate and most of it just cheap concentrate. So really be careful if you see that kind of stuff and question the reliability of the brand that you're going with. So primarily it's all about taste and about cost. Go for something that tastes good, because if it tastes like shit, you're not going to want to drink it. And cost, make sure you can afford it, because it's going to be a huge part of your nutrition program and you want to be able to afford it. Definitely do lots and lots of shopping around, go through all the online stores and even go over to overseas stores, and they maybe even have cheaper versions of the same product, even with the shipping. I've been getting the Optimum Nutrition Whey from overseas because it's actually cheaper to get it from America than get it in New Zealand. But now I'm actually thinking of going back to the Nutritech Whey from New Zealand. It's basically just whey protein concentrate, but it's very, very cheap. It's a good brand, it's a good source. The ingredients list is pretty small, so I know it's simple and it's not full of fillers and crap and all this stuff that I don't want. So I'll just get that, and it'll be much more cost effective, and I really won't be losing out. If you got any other questions about protein powder, give me a message on Facebook and I'll keep answering them. But hopefully this will give you the tools to be able to decide for yourself if the protein powder you're looking at is a good one or if it's just a scam. Good luck with that though. In the meantime, make sure you like this video, share it around, subscribe on YouTube and like the page on Facebook. Keep the messages coming, and I'll see you tomorrow for another video. Have a great day, guys.